Yo, hey, so my name is Ham Sando. It's my real name. I'm about to start a YouTube channel. This is what it's about. I'm a big fat white guy. I've lived in Japan for about 10 years, and not once have I ever thought it was necessary to pimp out my daily life, for the views, the content. But it may be time, right? The way I grew up, that kind of look at me energy would be considered like a deep personality flaw. So there's a bit of like Gen X and millennial shame to get over to say like, yeah, I'm going to share my personal life, but I do have the benefit of experience in the sense that like I came here with nothing. Right as soon as I finished university, Obama was still in the White House, and I've done a lot and on my own, really. I made my own friends. I made my own way. I figured out how to do all my adulting on my own, and I took it very seriously. When I got off the plane, my like immediate thought, right, was like, you are not a tourist. You need to behave in a way that you're going to be here for the rest of your life. And I've done that, right? I'm not a tourist, and I think that if you're thinking of visiting another country, that's great. But if you're thinking of immigrating, the cardinal sin is like not taking it seriously, because people immigrate all the time, especially coming from a place of privilege, being an American. You have a very desirable passport, and we also have a tendency to just say stuff, right? As Americans, we just talk, and we don't mean what we say. And I think people say, oh, I'm gonna move somewhere else, and they don't, and that's really cringe. But I don't think anybody self-reflects on that. But that's just my personal opinion. In terms of like what this channel is going to be about, right? It's not going to be about asking people about their dating life. I know that gets a lot of play, but I'm not interested in watching that, and I'm not interested in that being my audience. Beyond that, it's not going to be about Pokemon or like cafes and stuff like that, or tourist stuff. It's real life. My life is authentic. I live it. For me, one of the things that I'm in the middle of doing is I'm trying to find a new apartment. I've lived in the same place for 7 years, and it's driving me insane. And it's a really cool address and a really cool part of one of the best cities, in my opinion. But I need a bigger place. So I think a lot of people are really confused about how to find housing. And I've done it a zillion times, right? So I think the next video is going to be about like step by step, how do you find a good house? What's the first thing you do? What are the questions that you ask? What are the things that you got to pay? And then think about the process, end to end, between like either having no apartment or moving, and then finally getting into that new place and like setting everything up. It's such a pain, but it's not that difficult to understand once you really understand it. Other stuff is like, there's really interesting people in my life who, I think are intensely private, not by like design, but just by a matter of their way of personality, and they have incredible stories. A lot of them are older as well, and maybe they would be an interesting source of inspiration for a lot of people. I'm interested in teaching people how to just, I think, be good members of society in general. So like and subscribe for that, man. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some cars in the mix. But anyway, my real name, not real name, is Ham Sando, and we're going to be making some content. You're going to be given some ads. I hope you click on them. And we just enjoy this wild ride called late stage capitalism before we all die. Yeah. So welcome to my channel.